DAG dependency is not easy, or I should say wasn't easy. In Airflow 1.10.x, we got multiple ways, such as Subdags, the TriggerDagRunOperator, or the ExternalTaskSensor, each with their pros and drawbacks. Back in the days, I advised to use the ExternalTaskSensor, but I have to say I don't like it so much. Why? Because we have to make sure that the execution dates are the same, otherwise it doesn't work, and if they are not the same, we need to modify a parameter. You know, it's too complex. On top of that, one of the most common questions in Airflow 1.10.x was how can I trigger another DAG from my DAG and wait for its completion before moving to the next task. There wasn't an easy way to do that. Well, guess what? It's over. Airflow 2.0 brings the new TriggerDagRunOperator, which finally has all the features we need in order to create DAG dependencies in the easiest possible way. My name is Mark Lamati, I'm the head of customer training at Astronomer and a best-selling instructor on Udemy, and during the next 10 minutes, you are going to discover what's new in the TriggerDagRunOperator, how to use it in order to create DAG dependencies in a more efficient and easy way, and why it's important for you. Before getting started, I've put a lot of work in that video to provide you the best content, so the only thing I ask you in favor is to subscribe to my channel. This helps me a lot. Now you are part of the community, let's dive into the TriggerDagRunOperator. Let me remind you what the TriggerDagRunOperator does. Let's say you have two DAGs, DAG A and DAG B, where in DAG A you have multiple tasks, and the important task here is trigger DAG B, which is the TriggerDagRunOperator. And in DAG B, you have a task processing taking like 5 minutes to finish. Now what happens if you trigger DAG A? Well, obviously the first task, downloading, is running, and as soon as downloading is finished, the task trigger DAG B gets triggered. Now what the TriggerDagRunOperator does, well, it triggers an external DAG, which is in that case DAG B, and so the task processing gets triggered as well. Without waiting for DAG B to finish, trigger DAG B from DAG A gets completed, and so cleaning gets triggered. Meanwhile, processing from DAG B is still running. So you have to remember, with the TriggerDagRunOperator, by default, it doesn't wait for the trigger DAG to finish before moving to the next task. It was impossible to change this behavior in Airflow 1.10.x, but now you can change it in Airflow 2.0. So now we know how the TriggerDagRunOperator works, let's dive into the code. At this point, if you want to follow exactly what I'm going to show you on your computer, you can do it just by clicking on the link in the description below, and you will land on this beautiful page. From there, you have the resources that you need, and in that case, it is a Docker image of Airflow in order to run Airflow locally on your machine. And once you have Airflow running, you are ready to add the DAGs that we're gonna use. The first DAG is trigger_DAG. So let's copy the code right there. And once you have cloned the repository containing the Docker image of Airflow, you should end up with the following files and folders. Open the folder DAGs, then right there, create a new file and call it trigger_dag.py. Then paste the code, like that. Do the same for the other DAG. Back to the page, copy the code of target_DAG. So this is the DAG that we're gonna trigger from the DAG trigger_DAG. Create a new DAG, let's call it target_dag.py, and paste the code, like that. Now we have the two DAGs. What we're gonna do? Well, we're gonna trigger the DAG target_dag from the DAG trigger_dag. So how can we do that? Well, we need the TriggerDagRunOperator. Type from airflow.operators.trigger_dagrun import TriggerDagRunOperator. So that's how you can use the TriggerDagRunOperator in your DAGs. Once you have made the import, copy the TriggerDagRunOperator. Then right there, we can create a new task. Let's call it trigger_target, for example, equals to the TriggerDagRunOperator. We need to specify a task ID. This is not new. We always have to specify a task ID. Let's call it trigger_target as well. And then this is the first parameter that you have to specify, which is the DAG ID of the DAG you want to trigger. In that case, it is target_dag as shown right there. So go back to trigger_dag, and let's put the parameter trigger_dag_id equals to target_dag. And that's it. You are ready to trigger the DAG target_dag. Save the file, and let's run airflow with the command docker-compose-f docker-compose.yml up. Hit enter. Now airflow is running. Let's open a new tab from our web browser and type localhost:8080. Type airflow, and you should land on this beautiful page with the two DAGs, target_dag and trigger_dag. Now, if we start scheduling those two DAGs, you have to remember that, by default, the most recent non-triggered DAG run is automatically triggered by Airflow. If you don't know what I'm talking about, this is related to the backfilling process and catch-up process. So I strongly advise you to take a look at the documentation for that. Basically, it means that as soon as we start scheduling those two DAGs, we should have one DAG run for target_dag and one DAG run for trigger_dag. So let's schedule the DAG. Turn on the toggles, like that, and refresh the page. As you can see, we have target_dag running, as well as trigger_dag. Let's refresh the page again. And if you take a look at target_dag, right there, for the DAGRuns, we actually have two DAGRuns. Why? Because trigger_dag triggered target_dag from the TriggerDagRunOperator. We can check this by clicking on target DAG, then looking for the execution dates of the two DAGRuns. The first DAGRun corresponding to, the DAGRun that has been triggered automatically by Airflow has scheduled in prefix, whereas for the second DAGRun triggered by the TriggerDagRunOperator from trigger_dag, this time the prefix is manual. Keep in mind that whenever a DAGRun is not triggered by the scheduler, that DAGRun has an execution date prefixed with manual. You may have a problem here. Indeed, let's imagine you have two DAGs, DAG A in charge of downloading data and storing that data in a database with the execution date of DAG A, and you have DAG B in charge of processing the data that you have stored in the database, and DAG B is triggered by DAG A. The thing is, if the execution date is not the same between DAG A and DAG B, in DAG B, you won't be able to process the data that you have stored in the database with the execution date of DAG A. So how can you make sure that DAG A and DAG B share the same execution date? Well, by specifying a new parameter, execution_date. So let's go back to our code, and right there, let's put execution_date equals to a predefined macro, which is ds. And ds corresponds to the current execution date of TriggerDag. So save the file, then go back to the UI, click on DAGs, and let's trigger the DAG TriggerDag again. So click on it, click on trigger, let's wait a little bit. Now it's done. If you click on target DAG, as you can see, we have three DAGRuns, and if you take a look at the execution date of that one, this time the execution date is still manual, but we have a round number corresponding to the daily schedule that we have in TriggerDag. Okay, now we have fixed the execution date. There is another issue. Indeed, if you go back to DAGs, then trigger the DAG TriggerDag again. Let's click on trigger and wait a little bit. As you can see, we got an error. Why? If you click on TriggerDag and click on the task, then log, you can see right there that a DAG run corresponding to that execution date already exists. You can't run twice a DAG for the same execution date. And this is a big issue because whenever you will want to retry some past DAG runs with backfill, you won't be able to do that. You will end up with that error. So how can you fix this with the TriggerDagRunOperator? Well, in Airflow 2.0, there is a new parameter that has been introduced, which is reset DAGRun. So let's go back to your code, and right there, just add reset_dag_run equals to true. Save the file, go back to the DAG, then preview, click on the task, click on clear in order to retry it, click on OK, then let's wait a little bit, and now it works. So that means with the parameter reset_dag_run, you are able to run twice the same DAG run on the same execution date. And this is absolutely needed in order to use the backfilling process, in order to retry some past DAGRuns. Okay, next, there is a new feature in the TriggerDagRunOperator of Airflow 2.0, and that one is extremely useful. If you remember, the TriggerDagRunOperator allows you to trigger a DAG without waiting for that DAG to complete before moving to the next task. Well, guess what? You can modify this behavior with a new parameter called wait for completion. Let's do this. Go back to your code, and here put wait_for_completion equals to true. Then you can specify a poke interval, so let's put poke_interval to 30, which means every 30 seconds, the TriggerDagRunOperator will check if the triggered DAG is done or not. So save the file, then go back to target_DAG, and here, instead of having sleep1 to wait 1 second, we're gonna wait 30 seconds. Save the file, and we are ready. Go back to the DAGs view, click on DAGs, and trigger the DAG trigger_DAG. Click on it, trigger, and let's wait a little bit. Now, as you can see, both DAGs are running. We have target DAG running with the task waiting for 30 seconds, and still we have the TriggerDagRunOperator waiting for the DAG, for target DAG to be done before moving forward. So that's what you can see here. Trigger target is still waiting for the DAG target_DAG to finish before getting completed. And if you click on the task, then go to log, you can see that the TriggerDagRunOperator is waiting for target_DAG on that execution date to finish with the status success. And if you go back to DAGs, as you can see, it's done. Since target DAG succeeded, so trigger DAG. So as you can see, the TriggerDagRunOperator in Airflow 2.0 is extremely powerful. It fixes all the issues that we had before in Airflow 1.10.x, and I strongly believe that it is the easiest possible way to create DAG dependencies in your Airflow instance. So I hope you enjoyed that video. If you learned something, please smash the like button. It helps me a lot. Take care and see you for our next video.